Do you dare drink water in my presence? I'll have you know.
Yeah, I know. I dare drink water. It's awful. One moment.
Yep. Do do do. Six. Channel. There we go. Doot. Go here. Everyone. Do. Hey, Booze, how you doing? Doing all the alerts real quick.
Go.
That was a quick ass piss. You spray and pray.
Yeah.
Bro, look how I can peed. I fucking love that old image, dude. It's like
I don't know that one.
the fucking stick figures. Bro, look how hard I can piss. It's like,
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
hey, Crow, how you doing? It's the Crow Man. Alright. So I was supposed to do a stream yesterday, but my brain hurty, so I decided to take a flex reel. And yeah. I lost like the entire day, dude. Like it was gone. There's no more day. I hate how flex reels like when I gotta take a flex reel because my muscles really hurt. My muscles will just lock up and just hurt. And when I take them, I feel better for the first 4 hours, but then later on, all the pain comes back tenfold because all the muscles relax. So I turn like a huge fucking grouch. I hate how I am on those damn things. Do post.
Because the world hated you.
World of fuck 10,000 dead flex reel. Anyway.
Yeah, I grabbed hold of you and just said, I'm gonna beat you to death today.
Remember how you're 100% disabled? I want to remind you. No!
Yep.
You're God, not in the face. Oh, goodness. How you doing, Dark Side? So, more or less, we're supposed to be kind of chilling and chatting for this one. I don't know if Pirate, do you do 40k lore or not?
I do a little bit. I read a couple of the newest Arcs of Omen books. Those were pretty cool.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I really like the one about the lion. That was cool.
Oh. Yeah, the line is waking up like, I have awakened after 1,000. Literally does like the fucking Power Ranger bullshit. I've been asleep for 1,000 years.
Yeah, but I love how he just woke up and shows violence. Just
Yeah.
instantly. There's no delay.
Yes, apply sword.
Yep. Woke back up and picked just like, I'm gonna kill everything right now. It'll be great.
You ever have days you just want to wake up and kill everything around you? Boy, do I. Damn, they do know me. But I figure we talk about writing and stuff and the pains of doing it to start out with. See if Iron Cash wasn't joining on us. I had the boys on the bit.
Yeah. What was it? If Two Heavens wasn't at work right now, I'd say you should drag him.
Oh, Two Heavens? Yeah.
I mean, he's been doing that. He has a story going on HFY that he's been doing for like 3 years at this point.
To talk about
Chap.
About what a pain in the dick writing is. I'm streaming.
What chapter is?
We know.
Let me pull it up real fast.
Actually, I'll go to the writing Discord too. Yield writing group. Let's see here. I'm streaming about writing being a pain in the dick. If you want to join, let me know. Because let me tell you, I have been fucking doing video editing since 8 a.m. this morning, and I am still not done. God damn.
God damn.
Like,
here it is.
Like,
he's on chapter 261 of his story.
Does he plan on? Hold on, just chapter 261, not like book 1. That bullshit. Just
no, chapter 261. He releases like 3 a week.
So it's okay.
And they are legitimately solid, like 2,000 to 3,000 word chapters. And he's having me do some back editing on one of his. That's I am not fucking with you. 13,000 words long.
Okay, publisher, now print this. What? I said print it. This is like this giant fucking thick boy of a book. Like 2 feet thick. I said print it,
Yep.
rack shotgun. Sweet baby Jesus. So he doesn't want to do like separations?
I'm pretty sure he's been, if I remember correctly, started going back through, rewriting some of it so it actually flows more as a novel instead of as, like, chapter by chapter stuff.
So I pulled the file back, this file back up. This video should be almost 2 hours long, no cap.
Oh my god, bro!
Cause it's at 51. Oh, hold on, actually, it should be maybe an hour and a half, depending on what it is. Because basically, I did more audio because I want the VAs to have more screen time in the book. So I pounded in audio here and lines, and it's just there's so much fucking chopping going up that, like, right now where I'm at, it's at 51 minutes. I still have like probably, let's see here, 51 to, let's see here, actually now we're looking at it. So right here, it's 51 minutes. And it goes on till, so I have another half an hour of just narration, not counting other lines going into it. Oy vey.
Dude, that is insanity.
Well, this is during the time when, like, I've been out working mobile, because I work hard when I'm mobile. I get a chapter done per day, so I've racked out like fucking, I think I have chapter 11 done so far on the Emily Bronze book.
It takes me usually 2 days. I'll start off by writing like a very rough version of the chapter, like shitty word choices and the bare minimum to make it function, and then I go back through and rewrite the whole thing, and then I call it.
Hey, Icy, do you want on this shit or no? You want in on this shit, bro? You want to get on the stream, bro? Oh, I got where the little names pop up too. It says powdered potato on yours.
Yep.
You and your sexy tree lady.
Tree lady, yeah.
Twee lady, ooh. So, why don't you go ahead and tell us about what you've been doing, Pirate? You've journeyed out into the great writing sphere, haven't you?
Yeah, right now on my Royal Road, I've got 3 projects up on it. One's already done and is Garbo. And then I've got 2 others. One, Unveiled Ash, the one that you did a rewrite of the first chapter for me and helped me out with. And then the other one, Human Trauma, a little slice of life one that I start.
Oop, shit. I know it'd do that. My bad. I thought I was gonna add them. It did not. Jesus. You there?
There we go. But,
okay.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, I thought it would just add them to the actual call. No, it just did a whole new call. My bad. So go ahead.
Yeah, and then Human Trauma, a slice of life thing that I started, I don't know, half a year ago, give or take. And I don't know, I think that one's fun. I basically went with the premise of what would it be like if you worked in an ER on an alien station where 1,000 different species could show up at any moment.
I see. And there's Iron.
And it kind of took off on a life of its own since then.
Yeah. I like how on stream Ironcaster's fucking avatar is fucking huge, smug in the middle of the fucking screen. Never fails.
The exact opposite of me. I would never claim to be arrogant, confident, or any of those, positive words.
Never.
So what have you done? So have you been doing your writing lately, Ironcaster, or have you been doing a lot of reading?
It has been a lot of reading lately.
A lot of reading?
Having to go do some reading for various comic streams and just a lot of the stream side stuff. I keep carrying a notebook around. I'm telling myself, like, yeah, I'll get to writing.
Yeah, I must consume. But yeah, it turns out, Pirate, when you have your proofreader telling you your sex scenes are too graphic, it kind of adds on some time to your writing. Rainer.
I actually got the exact opposite when people read mine. They wanted more detail.
Rainer said, "Hey, you tone that shit down." I was like, "But sexy ladies, I don't care. Tone it down."
Oh, I'm waiting for the moment because she started reading Human Trauma. I'm waiting for the moment she gets to, I think it was chapter 24, where I finally had 2 of the main characters fuck, and oh boy. She's going to get mad at me.
Do note, not a family-friendly stream. So, Ironcaster, anything you've read that's been good lately?
I've been going back through One Piece lately. Just
One
Dear
Piece.
God, so much to read.
So Pirate
Yes.
is writing Space Station 13, but
I
as
have
a
Because I
slice
have
of
to-
life.
tried to tackle that.
Because I have to apparently get myself ready to watch the Netflix series.
God, you're gonna watch that shit?
Well, someone has to, and I've only
So
been reading
Pirate
this
is
thing for
writing
like 20
Space
years now.
Station
So
13,
Well,
but as a slice of
someone's
life.
got to do it. Flash 100 bits, thank you. He says, so Pirate is writing the Space Station 13, but slice of life. I mean, there's a killer clown, a security guard, perhaps, that'll fit the bill. I don't know. Depends.
I don't even know what Space Station 13 is.
It's like a it came before Among Us. Yeah, it came before Among Us, and it's basically like a proto Among Us with like a killer clown, a security guard. It's like a cooperative rando space station game. It's weird.
So yeah, it's something along the lines of that, Salem, those sort of games.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, Salem. It's a good way to say it. So Cody, my mother has chewed through the entire first book of Emily Bronze. I've got nothing but threats the entire time. Like, don't you dare kill this character. She's pressing me like, she's like, who fucks Emily? I'm like, Ma, Jesus, relax. Like, it's so weird having your mom go, who stoops her, huh? Who gets Emily? I'm like, Mom, for the love of God, calm down. It's all right. But no, so she didn't like the Veil Rider book, but she really, really, really liked the Emily Bronze book, which, figures. I have a lot of folks telling me, yeah, your Emily Bronze book's a lot better than your Veil Rider's book. I'm like, that's nice, seething tears behind my fucking sunglasses.
Oh, gee, thanks, guys. Single tear rolls down cheek.
Yeah. Glad I could make you have an adventure. So you're rereading One Piece Ironcaster? Ugh, that's... Oh, you're keeping your rose-tinted goggles on, or you're just chewing through it?
Oh, I'm chewing through it. Couple 100 chapters in so far.
100 chapters.
Bro, what is
So
it? You're
far.
barely... You're not even in the crocodile arc yet. If I remember
Oh no,
correctly.
I just finished up Alabasta.
Okay.
The crocodile arc. I love how like the long mangas and animes is like the arc, like the Boo saga, the Cell saga. It's all these little things going on. You got like
I saw a breakdown of someone took all the manga chapters and like included what arcs are in them. There's one that went for 3 years.
One
That
second
sounds
here.
about right.
Hey Guard, I'm writing what's quintessentially a fan work in the VR setting that takes place between books 2 and 3, but doesn't touch the main canon. Oh, okay. It's what that excerpt is. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, it's actually I think there's 3 fan works right now with the Veil Riders. There's the one that that's in script format that Eli is writing. Then there's Booz's and someone else is doing one also. It felt like a minefield or some shit, but it's kind of neat having people doing fanfics. Like, huh, that's nice.
I just want to know if love will bloom on the minefield.
No, but missing limbs will. That's for fucking certain. Can love bloom? So I do have a pinned in love novel for the Veil Riders, but I gotta wait until I'm at a point where I can do it because it's gonna follow the Veil races through basic training, and I can't do that without having another established main source book, which is I mean, Cody, kind of. I guess when you have fan fiction, it means you've made a good world to write off of, which I'm fine with. I'm all about making fun worlds. That's all the main fun is. I'm just glad I can finally write smut.
I don't know, I literally kicked my second book into that. It was just, yeah.
You know what? I'm writing sex. You can't stop me. Like, there's times as a writer, you just want to write sexy shit. It's like the bug bites you. You're like, I must write the smut. It's in my brain. I gotta get it out.
Yeah. I started Human Trauma completely with it in the mindset of, okay, I'm not going to write smut. I'm not going to do that. And then I just kept going. I was like, shrug it. Screw it. Let's just do this.
Fuck it. I love that mentality. Hey, fuck it. So what's speaking of like worlds and narratives, what do y'all think of the new Baldur's Gate game?
I actually just bought it last night and started with a couple of guys on
Right.
the server. Yeah. It It was an experience because they were just being gigantic shitlords the entire time we were playing. So I started another character so I could actually pay attention to what's going on.
I mean, it is Boulder's Gate. If you're not fucking around, you're not really playing.
Yeah, I know, but I
By
wanted to at
fucking
least
around.
somewhat pay attention.
Yeah.
And by fucking around, do you mean the bear or the troll? Or
Well, it's funny because you mentioned that, but like this game is full of sex, bro. Like, god damn. Like,
Dude, the characters are so horny.
Like if there was like, Orochi Chad, thank you for gifting 5 subs to Matty Boy, Eldritch, Silver, Glacier, and Cosmic. But like if this were a J game, like a Japanese, like either a J or K game, there'd be fucking like outrage over this shit. But like Baldur's Gate, like, yeah, everyone horny. It's just
They are so horny. Literally, you're on an adventure for a day and a half with one of these guys, just like, you want to take your pants off now?
yeah, like it just seems so weird, man.
Well, yes, I want to be rummaged and ransacked by the Twinkie elf vampire.
And what I've noticed is I've gone in and studied all the waifus and like husband foods in the game, and they're all hitting certain archetypes. Like there's the tsundere green chick, there's like the muscle girl tiefling. I'm like, they're hitting all the keynotes on in hentai right now, trying to pull in certain people. Like, you're not pulling one past us. I know what you're doing. 25,
Bro,
I
why
think you're
wouldn't
5
they?
subs.
Like, it makes sense.
It's just
Oh,
like
the
Tropes are
Yankee,
good
like,
for a reason.
The Gith Yankee did not make it to my party. She died in the cage.
he died in the cage. No. You died
As
in
all
the cage.
proper greenskins should.
I watched one guy, he killed every fucking waifu in that fucking game on his run through. He was like, no horny. Pulls out, he was using some kind of big ass bat or some shit in the game, and he killed every fucking waifu in that game.
Did he horny bonk them?
He did. He found some
He literally
weapon.
horny bone.
He found some weapon, and it's this big ass fucking, it looked like a giant stick. And I was like, what the fuck? And he beat every fucking waifu to death that he could. I was like, and apparently there's a spell where you can knock people off bridges, and he's just been killing them off that way too. There's like a thing they can do where they, like an air blast or some shit. I'm watching videos out. The last Baldur's Gate I played on the PS2, bro. Like like the last Baldur's Gate I played was that. Where
I
like
didn't even play that one.
it was actually a proper D&D game, like gelatinous cubes and bugbears and shit, and that was pretty fun.
Heck yeah.
I mean, Leiron is doing a dang good job with this game because, like, Divinity 2 Original Sin, the one they did before this, was also a masterpiece in its own right.
A masterpiece. Yeah, but could you romance everyone in the game?
I don't think you could bone the skeleton, no.
Where are the bone arcs, bro?
Wow. You can't get it with the all skeleton party. Horrible.
You know, it's kind of funny how unhorny that fucking adventure was. Like, well, that's wrong. There was Domino, who just Domino, who played Drunk Skeletons, wanted to have as many wives as he could for some reason. Like, he was just buying wives. Like, I will pay you to be my wife. You're like, okay. You know, so they would have some skeleton run up like, hey, you're beautiful, be my wife, here's 10 gold. You're like, okay.
It's just Domino being Domino, though.
It really was. It's very much a Domino moment. Staff of Horbigon? Jesus, booze. So, Ironcaster, do you write anything, or you mostly just pontificate?
Oh, it's mostly been the reading and consuming side of it.
Don't tempt me to get you the STEM version.
You know,
of Baldur's
I'll be
Gate
honest.
Dark
I look
Alliance.
over and I look around and
will
I'm seeing
do it.
everyone who's been
Flash.
been writing. You know, you, Victor, just everyone in Grim, and it's like I'm just kind of looking around, feeling like I need to actually like do something here. Like I'm feeling a little.
Am I the bad guy? Is that making anything? See, is he on?
Am I
Sorry,
just
go
a
ahead.
lazy guy here?
Am I the problem? So, since you're mostly reading and consuming, as you know, I'm a writer, Pirate's writer. What are some of the things you hate to see in books? Like, what are some tropes that you're like, ugh, God, this shit again?
Oh, there are some phrases. Let me pull up this thing. I was on a thread the other day. I'll pull this up.
I'm asking
Well-
Iron first.
I know. I'm gonna pull this up for when he's done.
I mean, I would probably say writing that's so predictable that I could probably have already written where things are going to result.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, my lazy ass could probably write out where this plot's going.
Yeah, like there's a particular term from epic rap battles, which I always love, and it's you can tell it's gonna happen by page and age 5. It's when they have Tolkien and fucking Fatboy McGee fucking rapping out against each other. And I love that phrase. You can tell it's gonna happen by age and page 5, because there's some writings where you can just tell it's gonna happen off the bat before anything really go. Like you can tell by the first chapter. Okay, you kind of see the notes already coming down. But real quick, we're gonna invite Victor here, so we're gonna get a recall here in a second, and I apologize for this. All right.
The nice thing is, like with George R.R. Martin, I could probably I'm probably writing more than he is.
Dude, that
George
man, he writes slow as hell, but what he does write I think it used to be pretty good lately.
Careful, Icarus.
Yeah, lately it's just been a little. Bro, not again. Oh, another one died. Oh god, who would have guessed?
Yeah, see, I think he fell for the cardinal sin of where he made it extremely hard to attach yourself to a character. Like, to be fair, people should be dying in books. Shouldn't be everyone lives, you know. I mean, because, Boromir died in the book. He's the only one, but, at least Boromir died. It's not like, oh, everyone lived. Hooray! Confetti burst. People should die.
Or type dependent.
Yeah, so people should die in books, but he was just killing off so many characters you couldn't really, enjoy having a character. And there's Victor. How you doing, Victor?
Hey. What's up, guys?
So basically we're talking about writing and the pains of writing, and Ironcaster's a consumer of writing. So we're asking him what his least favorite tropes are, and he just talked about how overly rote, and you can kind of tell what's going on by like page 10.
Oh, yeah.
So you're reading. So say Ironcaster, you're reading a book. What are some things you're hoping you have, and some things you hope not to see at all? Like when you're reading, like what are some things you're like, oh god, this shit again, or things you're like, I like this. This is nice.
Well, I mean, it just kind of in the general idea, writers who like at least remember the stuff they had put in. The whole Chekhov's gun trope to establish something that I as the reader might remember, like, oh wait, I want to be invested to where I'm effectively rewarded for having paid attention to the items you put into the book, where things that you mention, that you say, oh, this character has this knife, oh, that knife is going to be important, I better remember this is here.
Mm-hmm. So like things of note where it pays to remember them, kind of thing.
Right. You want to make sure to the things you write into the book shouldn't be there just to fill a page count. I want to feel that you weren't wasting my time by going on for like 5 pages about the trees. Dear God, the trees.
Actually pulling a token where what was it? It was 15 pages of describing trees.
The forest, yeah. Like the history of the forests and all that. Mind you, at least Tolkien brought you back to those. You're like, oh yeah, the trees talk about for 15 pages. I forgot.
I thought it was. I thought I was gonna fall asleep on a cross country drive. I thought I was gonna fall asleep and hit a tree while Tolkien talked about trees.
Like, he could get a bit long-winded, but at the same time, he's also like a patron saint of writers. So he did some things right, at least. But here's my question to all of you, actually. Was Tolkien a good writer, or simply the first to come before us? Like, do you guys think Lord of the Rings could hold up as a new book now?
I don't think so. In modern times, I think the main issue is just he was very over descriptive and went on and on and on, and it seems that's fallen out of favor for a lot of readers.
Yeah, no shit. Like I would say his books were a definite slow burn.
I don't know if
slowly invested in the stories.
Who is it? I remember I told you about my buddy's wife, who's She does novels and she does writing for storyboards and stuff like that and scripts.
Mm.
And she drilled into my head during some of my early writings of "Kill my darlings. Shut up, no one needs to hear this. Get back to the point."
Shut the fuck up.
Well, I think Lord of the Rings was kind of, was a bit long-winded, but it's also like supposed to kind of mimic like, an old Norse epic. I think The Hobbit though is a lot more concise, at least the way I remember it. Like, and I read that book like at least like once like every 5 years or so. I think that book is very concise and like it's not too long-winded, and he doesn't go into like amazing, crazy detail. So I think The Hobbit at least still can hold up.
Yeah.
See, what
Reading The Lord of the Rings is
what really annoys
an
me.
experience.
Yeah, what really annoys me is that like I'll go to Barnes and Nobles every once in a while just to troll through the books and see my competition, and it's funny how hard they front load a book. And it's like I'll go through the science fiction and the fantasy sections and kind of go through them, and they front load books so heavily. They more or less tell you what the book's going to be about in the first like 6 chapters. And I think that is mostly due to like how publishers work nowadays. Like you go for like a single query. They're like, okay, give us your first 3 chapters, and that's all they're gonna fucking read and decide on your book for. So a lot of these writers have adapted by front loading their entire book into the first 4 chapters. Like with Tolkien, the book slowly grew. You started reading it, like, okay, and the book slowly grabs you and pulls you in. With the modern books, it's like you actually burn off. Like you the first 10 chapters or 5 chapters, you're like, okay, it's fun. And the writer like loses like, and then they did this and like I was sitting in a Barnes and Noble at a big old stack of books because I researched other writers. And I was like, man, this is just boring. It's like after chapter 5, it like drops off with a big slump, and they have they shoehorn in this crescendo towards their 3rd act. It's like, oh my god. And I think it's
like that's one of those things where a lot of people nowadays are able to write and are able to publish and put their works out there, and now it's a lot of people start and they never finish, or they start and they finish with a putter instead of an actual like strong drive home.
Well, a strong story, you mean?
Oh yeah, I mean you need at least a strong premise to start with.
I will say one thing though, Victor. What do you think when you see New York Times bestseller on a cover?
That used to be like a big deal. Now I'm like, oh, it's probably some bullshit.
Like
it's probably something that Oprah would like have had on the show back in the day.
Like I would go through like, oh, you're New York bestseller, huh? I would Google their book sales, because this is all, some of it's public. You can find these old PDFs and all that, and you pull it up, and guys like sold like 40 books. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
yeah,
it's frustrating. Like I think Pirate has more readers right now than most actual traditionally published authors do at this point. Like, fuck me, he has what, like 10,000 readers. Pirate.
I average 11,000 readers for one story right now every week on Reddit and on Royal Road, which is way fucking inflated for stories. And if you're not writing, if you're not writing lit RPGs, good luck getting anywhere. But even then, I average 700 readers a week there. So decent.
And it's just like, you know. Sorry, no, you get Iron.
Oh, I was asked, what kind of a recurring basis do you have? Do you have people say going back to some of the older stories?
Yeah, I do. Usually every week or so, whenever I post a new chapter on either Reddit or Royal Road, I'll get a notification of either someone posting comments still on my original like early chapters, like chapters 1 to 5 or so, or people like on Reddit, there's a system of like, hey, update me whenever this guy posts on this subreddit, and I'll get those 1 or 2 of those a week usually. So people are still finding my story in the interim, which is nice.
What kind of stories do you write?
Right now, a slice of life, sci-fi book.
Slice of life, slice of ass, maybe.
See, I'm technically a writer, I guess, but I write tabletop games, so
I would still, I would still say you're a writer. Yeah, I would definitely say you're a writer,
Yeah.
Victor, because you have to create lore as you're going along. You're more or less writing.
Yeah. I mean, my first book was like 216 pages, like, and
That's
it's not
definitely
just some.
book.
Yeah, that's not something I just just did in a weekend. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, that like me and Victor are trying to balance out like gear and items. Like me and him were commiserating. Like, what are you doing? Magic eyes, what are you doing? Guns? Yeah. Like sad high five over the fucking DM panel and keep working away at stuff. Like I was telling them, Victor, I'm currently trying to get this audiobook or audiobook chapter edited up. I started at 8 a.m. I stopped about 5 p.m. I'm only like maybe 65% of the way there. It's like motherfucker. Like one thing I'll say though is a lot of people who read or consume, not Iron, because he knows well, I'm sure. But a lot of folks who like consume audiobooks and books and games don't really appreciate how much work goes into that fucking shit. Like you're up at 7 a.m. All right, time to go to work. Hits bong, drinks 4 special shots, working on your fucking keyboard. Like,
well, I mean,
Jesus.
especially dudes like us who kind of do everything by ourselves. Like, you
Yeah.
know, we do our layout, we write, we do everything. I don't have a publisher. I'm like, it's just me and like maybe some friends that are willing to help me.
Like I
So,
I did I'm trying to find a marketing team, because I think the biggest thing for any of us is marketing. Getting some guy to go,
Yeah.
I'll pull up some strings with Amazon or some shit, or I'll try to do your marketing schedule. Because I looked into it quite deeply, and almost all the cost of it being published traditionally is like the marketing. They got put your name on a poster at Barnes and Nobles or some shit, and you can do it yourself, but you need a marketing agent. It's like, I need another guy? Fuck. Because I went into Barnes and Noble, like, hey, can I pay to put up an ad? Like, well, who's your agent? I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
I am my agent? No, you're not. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not. they already knew. I was like, fuck. But like,
Yeah. Oh, so again.
nah, you go ahead. You're the guest.
I was just gonna say, marketing is expensive, and then when it comes to tabletop games, people expect art. So that for me personally is the biggest expense. Like that was pretty much my whole Kickstarter was pretty much just to get the art together. So
Dude,
yeah.
the amount of money I spent on art's fucking insane. Like Eggplant, my artist, he's pumping out shit. I got Chloe pumping out shit. And like, I'm gonna get money back on taxes because the money I spent on art. Because I think with the Kickstarter, I think with the Kickstarter, almost 15 or 10 grand went into art, just getting that shit done. Because if a book's got shitty art, ain't no one gonna want to read that fucking thing. Like,
no, unless you already have like a name established, you already have like a fan base, then maybe. I do know some books that have like no art and they're like, you know, mythful sellers on Drive for RPG, but yeah.
Well, there probably actually a name too. Like, oh, you mean Ryan Hunter made this? I'm gonna buy it because I'm his fucking fan.
Yeah, most of my extra money for that, actually basically all the money you gave me for working on with you on Veil Rider's Guard. It went right into art for the RP for the Call of Cthulhu scenario I've been writing, which the guy Vin who did my art for it, he also did this sprite I'm using here. He does great work. Yeah, he does actual like paintings, but oh my god,
bro, the cost of illustrations will make your balls drop to the fucking next dimension. like you have no idea. Like, yeah, what is colored, huh? That'll be about $900. Fuck.
Getting a cover made, oh my god. I was like, that'll be $200 just like.
I think for the first Emily Bronze book, I paid Chloe $250 for that illustration.
Yeah.
Like, it's just because the things look like shit, and no one's gonna want to look. Like, people want pretty stuff to look at. And it sounds like putting you're putting Manny in a closet, dude. No, they want pretty shit to look at. Like,
I actually went at it in a very different aspect. I wanted mine to be very eye-catching, something that seemed different. Especially on Royal Road, because when you're scrolling through the books, you just see like a sentence of the like quip, and then the cover art. That's all you got.
See, what I hate is when you go on like I'm paying an artist, Pyre's paying an artist, Victor's paying an artist. Victor may be the artist for all we know on his books, and you have a guy doing like Photoshop stock image fucking stuff where he goes on Photoshop. It's like adding glow effects, and I forget which one I saw, But like it was at Barnes and Nobles, and my phone had died. I couldn't get a picture, but it was this book. I could see like stock image lines on the actual picture of the dude. Like, what the fuck? They're right there. I can see them. But they're like grayscale, so they kind of blended in. What's that?
Yeah,
It has
that's
like
just
those
artistic.
watermarks all over it.
Yeah. Like, what's that big watermark meme company? Stock photo.
Shutterstock.
Shutterstock.
Yeah,
It was
Shutterstock.
fucking
Yeah.
Shutterstock lines on it. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, like it's god damn it, dude. Oh yeah, AI generated. I guess it could be a thing. You know, I don't know. How,
I know for a fact the guy who did my human trauma one
Yeah.
started off with like gave me like 4 or 5 different like, here's some AI generated stuff based on your thing. Which one do you like? And then he went in and cleaned it. Which cool. Hey,
Cleaned
that
it.
works. Yeah.
So like
got rid of some of the parts that like that fall into like the uncanny valley or look rather weird. Although there's a few parts of it that I'm still not happy with. I'll probably get another
the
one.
hands and feet, brother. The robots don't understand hands and feet.
Oh no, nothing like that. Here. you can put it up
The
in
6
there.
fingers for aesthetics.
I am currently using commercial-free art for a project, but my project is like kind of like 1950s space opera,
Yeah.
and there's so much like commercial-free art of that era out there that you can just grab. I already have got like 60 or 70 images that I can just use, and they're like all from the era, you know, like people with like fishbowl helmets and weird aliens.
Oh yeah,
attacking women,
yeah.
and you know, that kind of stuff. So
Well, it's kind of people
I
get,
love that aesthetic though.
Suppose are getting so mad about AI art, but like for like people like Victor and me and like Pirate who we ain't got a lot of monies. That's a big fucking boon because you can put something on a page cover like here's what it looks like, and we go, oh okay, you know, you can do it with like only a few clicks, and it may not be as nice as something being made, but when you have no fucking money, it kind of it helps out things.
yeah, exactly.
Like
Let
I guess
me pull up that other one. Here we go. So
What-
here's the other one. So
Oh.
I put it up in our chat. Not right.
Yeah, I
in
see
the
it.
chat room that we're in. Yeah. So that one was the AI generated one. Cost I don't know, $70-$80. This other one was was full penciled. That cost a lot more money.
yeah.
Yeah.
That and it's like it's gonna sound mean, but some artists you're charging that much, really? Because I don't know. Like I was trying to find an artist to do some artwork for the smut book, the Waffengeist book, and people are like, "Yeah, I'll be 500." Bruh, like that's not a single piece. You're like, and if people are like trying to charge that amount of money, aren't really that good. Like they were worse than Eggplant or Chloe. Like, yeah, I'll take 600. I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind? Like.
It'll take me a solid 2-3 days of looking through Fiverr to find an artist I actually want to hire.
Oh yes, Fiverr.
Once I find one I like, I I tab them, just like I am never letting you leave. I am gonna call you a lot.
You are mine now. You are my artist. Why is Pippa trending on Twitter? Oh no. What's she do now?
Eat another spider?
Do what? No. Oh, Pippa in the Black Spock recording? Okay, she's memeing. Oh no, that's right. She's on the so Pippa, I don't know if you know, was on was doing a stream on YouTube with a fucking Hoonie Pop. And she thought it was censored and, and it wasn't.
Oh.
God, I
One
could-
moment, I'll be right back. I gotta pull my food out.
so
So this is one of the pieces that I got for my book. This was $150.
that's hella inked. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll show the chat here. Discord window.
Bro, I'm gonna get that tattooed.
Please show it. The fuck? Where's it? There it is. There we go. Background. Ba-ba-da. That's heavily inky, bird. God damn. Is that
Yeah.
is that by hand or digital?
Yeah, that looks dope.
I'm not sure, but it looks like by hand to me, but I don't know.
Like
But
that.
either way, I only paid $150 for that.
That's a statement. God damn.
And this one by a different artist was like, I don't know, maybe 50 or 60 if I remember right.
The fucking CAD orc operator.
That's
Bert
awesome.
Gummer right
yeah,
there.
it's Orc Bert Gummer from Tremors.
Isn't that the,
Oh, God.
ain't that the creature the guy was fucking the barn in Baldur's Gate 3?
Yeah, the guy looks like it, yeah.
Moment ruined. Jeez.
But yeah, so you can get some decent art for like decent prices if you know where to look.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Victor, you want that classic style, don't you? Like
Yeah.
hard black and white. Yeah, that shit bored me to tears. Like,
Well, it's also cheaper, and it's also cheaper.
Well, I know.
So I do print on demand, and having a black and white interior is a lot cheaper than having a color interior.
This here, Victor. I want to destroy your toner, bro. You have no fucking idea. Like the art in Shadow Dark, I was bored to tears with that shit. Like, it's actually boring art for the price they were selling that shit for.
That one's from the RPG book I was working on. That's the whip from it.
What kind
It's
of
called Cthulhu, bro.
insidious creature is this, bro? What the fuck?
Feet.
your average feet. Enjoy your feet. It's like Iron. That's fucking t-shirt like 4 a.m. Feet.
I really hope this one will send. It's probably too big. Damn it, yeah, it's too big.
I still laugh when I showed you guys that fucking harpy. It's like, I can't suck on those toes. Fucking slayed me, bro. Nice, Victor, nice. But yeah, I was showing the guys that the art piece that Chloe did, and t-shirt just goes, I can't suck on those fucking things. Like, what? I can't suck on those toes. Look at those talons. Like, bro.
Oh my God.
I don't know. Sounds like an amateur problem to me.
Skill issue.
Yeah.
So me and Victor do game books, and I'll hit ours first because we have a lot of shit we can complain about. But Pirate, you're starting out in the novel verse. What are the things you just don't look forward to doing?
I started working with you on the Veil Riders first, but
I know,
that was
I know. But this is your project you're doing. This is your own thingamabobber. So what are some things? Yeah. So when you're writing things, you're like, oh fuck this shit again, or like things you don't enjoy about, like, oh, I gotta do this shit, like certain aspects of writing, or like certain parts you're like, oh fuck it, because we all hit certain things we don't like doing when we're working. So what are some things for you?
To be honest, I
Get
don't
you some
like
art from one of my favorite books
I'm not a
with
big
you
fan
and
of having to do
Tell me
all
how
my
much you would pay for art like that.
going back through and doing my rewriting, but that's just the nature of the beast.
Doing rewrites?
Yeah, that's just something. Or
that's just something.
Hey, it's literally just something you have to deal with. You can't change it. I'm not a huge fan of having to try to. Well, you were mentioning it earlier, having to like keep yourself advertised and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Royal Road, you have to deal with the same thing of ways to advertise yourself, and it's gargantuanly annoying.
So it's mostly just rewrites. That's all you don't like, man.
Yeah, to be honest, I like most of it.
A cushy life you lead, good sir. So
I like the stories. I'm telling
So
you,
Flash sent us some art from his favorite book series. He's going to ask us how much we would pay to have it done. Here's the first one. So what would you guys pay to have this done?
if that's not a whip, I don't know.
I think that's
maybe
finished.
60, maybe.
I mean, it's intricate. I would say maybe 45. Like if that's all you get, 45. Because most of the detail works in the face and the belt. If that's basically just toned in with fucking coffee stain.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I mean, it would work for a page for a
splat piece.
A splat piece, or this is what this kind of archetype looks like, you know.
Yeah, I like it from the I like it for the idea of a sketchbook. Like if you're trying to explain a sort of wuxia people, but I'd probably say about 60.
About 60, yeah. And then there's
at most
this weird furry thing. Hold on.
This weird
100.
furry thing.
Wait,
Oh,
so
great.
if you were a furry artist, how would you pay for that?
That one's way more detailed than the other one. That 80, 90.
80, eh? That's generous.
I mean, it looks a lot more finished than the other one does. The other one, the way all the sketching and all the extra pencil marks on the outside, it doesn't make it. It kind of makes it look a little rough. This one, it actually kind of works better.
Think so, eh?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't pay more than fucking 45 for that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I'm fucking stingy, bro. Like if it's going to a book, one looks more refined.
Like I said, I paid like maybe 50 for that Burt Gummer orc picture.
Yeah,
so,
and like that and that hardcore black and white one's super refined. Like I want to see some kind of refinement in the art I get. But so Victor, me and you are suffering together in the trenches of game design.
Yeah.
What are some aspects you're just like, fuck, I hate this? Like, because things you have to do, you have to and you can't skip.
Just the tedious stuff, and it's usually describing like a lot of stuff, like having to do a description for every piece of gear. Like if I have like 80 guns, and then the table's like what usually you have like a table with the gun, but then I like to give each gun like a little description, so it's like so people that don't know guns know what they're using. So it's like, yeah, this is a shotgun and this is how it works and blah blah blah, and you have to do that like 80 times for like every weapon. That gets very tedious. The same with like describing like classes and backgrounds and like all that stuff. Just like all the descriptions, like describing all the spells. If you have like 100 spells and you have to like describe each one, that gets very tedious. So.
Yeah, I hate trying to make everything somewhat unique. Like, okay, I have this chest piece. I gotta make it stick out somehow. You got like.
Yeah.
So there are days I'm sitting there on a page, like I use Affinity 2, which Victor showed me, and then so Victor showed me Affinity 2, and then Grim showed me how to like actually format things. But the days like I'm sitting there like, okay, I have like a name like blank of blankety blank. I'm like, okay, let's make this thing. I'll be sitting there for an hour like I gotta make a thing out of this. And then the hardest part for me is trying to like balance out like the price of shit. Like what like. I don't know, 5 gold? I don't know. Like, I don't know. Or like, another one was, where is this fucking thing? I spent like an hour on this one fucking thing. Charts. Like, ring generation charts. Okay, I need a ring that does this. And it can't be too OP. Balancing out difficulty too. Okay, like, say in my game I have what's called the pet system, the potions, elixirs, tinctures, and salves. How to make this workable, but not too easy. I hate trying to balance things. Like the crunch, it fucking kills me. Like,
well, the secret is fuck balance.
It's one thing D&D's taught me. Fuck balance. Bro.
Yeah. Well, everyone talks about balance. That's like the big thing for like 5e and stuff like that. But balance is boring. Play some old school D&D. That shit isn't balanced.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's loads of really fun games that are not balanced at all.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
like part of the challenge.
I wound up helping out Grim with one of his projects, and after about the 20th spell I had to rewrite, I was about ready to like start drinking. I'm like,
exactly.
How many times do I have to try to redescribe how to write a fireball?
Grim, I don't want to be here no more. Well, too damn bad. You get to write.
I agreed to do this.
Yeah.
I'm sick of this, Grandpa.
I agree with your work, bro. Like figuring out how stuff works can be annoying, because especially when you're working with like some simpler system. Like I work a lot with like old school like OSR stuff. So it's not that there's not that much to it. So I'm trying to do like OSR Cyberpunk, and I want like a good list of like cybernetics. But like how many times can I say that something gives you a +1 dexterity? So I have to find like
that's
unique.
Right. Yeah.
Like to find like unique fucking
unique bonuses and stuff that it gives.
Well, the thing is, people like, okay, there's a cyber eye or a cyber pinky. Like, okay, there are 13 things that give you +1 dexterity. What are the other things? Fuck! You gotta go in and like.
It's like, I guess it could give you a +1 to hit, but
yeah. Like, there's so many pluses you can give. +1 to I don't know, pissing ability. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Like, you piss really straight, bro. Like, see, I love writing lore for items. To me, that's the part I enjoy. Like me, I am smiling all the way through. Like, there's one here called Jasper's Body Pillow in the game, and I was enjoying writing that off. And then I was like, okay, I stopped there. Price, ugh, and I just die immediately. Like, the price and the bonuses, fuck. I hate that part the fucking most. I love making up lore, and I love like Andropov's ears or the Reaper mask. I love doing the lore on that. And I'm like, okay, let's make it Make it make sense. What does it do? Cause like half my book, I make a cool phrase like let's go through my little document here. Like let's see here. Like the Killigren swarm jar. Like I like that. It's a jar full of bees. And I'm like, well, how does it work? How far does it go? How many bees? God damn it! You know, it ruins all the fucking fun for me.
I gotta actually think these things through.
Put a number to it, nerd.
Well, lore is fun, I agree, but you know, when you've got like 80 pieces of like generic military equipment, it's like, yeah, this is a handheld radio. You can use it to talk to people. It has a radius of 10 miles. Okay, well, to the next thing. Okay, this is a spike trip. You can throw it on the ground, and if cars run over it, it does this. And then you're like just doing that 80 times. It's like all this dry boring shit.
Or like, it's a claymore, it explodes next. That's boot blouse, it busts your boots next. There's your boots. Go on your fucking like. Oh, footwear. I hate doing footwear. Boots. What do? Keep your fucking toes warm. Anything else? No, asshole. They're boots. That's all you get.
Yeah.
Jesus. Like Ironcaster, for you, like when you're playing a game or like playing a game in general, what are some things that you kind of like roll your eyes at in terms of like, oh, it has this, great. Like something you go, oh, of course it would have this, bruh. Like, because I'm eye blind to that shit, but you actually play the game, so you probably see it more than I do.
I mean, it's certain descriptions for like the most mundane basic items where, you know, I don't need like a half-page description of a short sword. I don't need like. There's a time and place for having a long verbose description for an item, and then there's having to try to explain the most mundane, like what do we really need data entries on a button? Like, and I mean, like for your T-shirt.
What game is that?
I don't know. I'm just making something up.
Oh, gotcha. I was thinking, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Probably Fatal.
Stat the button, DM. So you say fatal? You dare bring those words in here? In this sacred place?
I do like describing mundane things, quote unquote, but
really?
you know, I do modern stuff, so like I said, not everyone knows. Like there's people out there that don't even know what an assault rifle is, or like how a shotgun works, or like, you know, something like that. So you at least have to put like a little blurb in, but that's, you know, all I do, just like a little blurb.
This rifle is fully semi-automatic.
Insanely detailed about how every part of it functions.
Yeah.
Now here's one thing I get trapped into a lot is special words for special things. Like you could call it a short sword or a flingwindinger. Like at what point should you just go, it's a fucking short sword? At what point should you go like the special name that's actually given to it? You know, like what's the
name of the Throngler? Why?
A Wrongler. What's it do? What's it do? It throngles. What the goddamn?
Well, I kind of hate that in fantasy stories too, though, when they've got like all these unique like fantasy words for stuff that you just have to like guess at.
Yeah.
Like Mercedes Lackey does that.
Yeah, you can figure it out a lot of time in context, but so often you're just taking a stab at it, just like eh.
So who do you say does that a lot, Victor?
Mercedes Lackey, like one of my friends is a huge Mercedes Lackey fan. She's like a fantasy author, so and she was suggesting the books to me, so I picked one up, and like literally I couldn't make any sense of it. It was just like these griffins or whatever, like just talking to each other in basically their own language and like using all these like terms that they don't explain. And I was like, what the hell is going on? I have like no idea what the story is right now.
What in the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
See, I've been told I need to do like a keynote, like an asterisk at the bottom. That's what this means.
Yeah.
Like I had some words. Like unfortunately, I'm a fucking idiot. Made up like 6 different languages for the fucking Veil Rider series. And I needed like something like a little asterisk. This is what this means. The very bottom of the page and like 5-point print. So I do it all the time. I do it all the fucking time.
I took absolute shorthand in my sci-fi story when it came to that. It was just I described roughly what it sounds like to someone who doesn't know what it is.
Seems so lazy to me, though. I don't know.
It's not the focus of the story. I don't need to include it.
We described her labby in 45 words, though, Pyre. What the fuck?
You're goddamn right I did.
You're goddamn right. You don't understand, Garbro. I am the
might
danger.
Be an alien pussy.
Fucking taste, texture, smell. You gotta get all the senses you can in there.
Jesus, that's one thing I don't like having to deal with writing these other books. It's like, okay, I gotta describe this in a not gross way. How the fuck do I do that? Because I don't think Victor gets to do this as much, but like me and Pirate do. Where you gotta find a very non-college word to describe something that's not too vulgar. Like, God forbid you use the word labia too much in a fucking book. Like, oh, do you even know what the fuck that even is? You gotta like,
Bro, yeah, I never used that once, and it was like what luscious folds, her tender flower, stuff like that.
Tender flower, you fucking cringe lord.
Hell yeah, hell yeah,
I'm
bro.
European, so so I just used the C word.
Hey, my readers ate that up.
Fucking her moist petals, fucking gross. Get off the stage.
Whispering eye.
Is that fucking grown-ups?
Yeah.
I missed your whispering eye. What?
Yes.
I remember that shit. Fucking grown-ups. Jesus. Augie. What was his name? Augie Farts or some shit? Or
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
yeah. Or what? Yeah. But yeah, like trying to describe certain things. Like I like doing gore. Easy. Love scenes, like love scenes. What the fuck do I call this thing? Because does the reader know what a pubis mons really is, or you like sex bump?
Yeah, that's a mountain on Mars.
I guarantee they don't.
Like, there's some words like they sound vulgar. Like I don't know her. I can't even say it's on Twitch. I wonder.
Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah. Like like her fucking like what was one I read in the fucking one, like what was like her piss flaps. That's what it was. It was fucking. I was like, what? Like reading through, he slipped his finger past her piss flaps. Her what?
That is one thing I do not like whenever an author picks some word that is so out of there, it just rips me from the store.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lady on TikTok who does these things, like how like writers describe certain body parts. Like, what was the one I told you, Pirate, about a dick? What was it again?
Oh god! Oh, you fucking didn't like the word meat rod.
No. And I told you one. I told you one that I found. It was
Oh god! I can't remember that. I'll have to scroll up.
Burn missile or some shit. What was it?
No, I have to find it. Give me a moment. I remember that thing you sent me. I was rolling. It was funny as hell.
Yeah. There's some words like if it's too vulgar, it's like ugh. If it's too silly, like this isn't sexy anymore. Like there's like a really fine tightrope walk between making your reader.
There it is. There it is. I found it.
What is it? What is it?
Glorious womb pricker.
Glorious womb pricker. That's what it was.
The Womb Buster 2000.
The Woomba.
The Woomba. The Womb Buster 10,000. And I whipped it out.
I'll be honest, and I might be the only guy in this voice chat, but I don't even really like sex scenes in my books or in my shows or in my movies or whatever. That shit is just like, and I'm not anti-sex or anything. I'm not the prude at all. I'm fucking a hella pervert. But if I'm reading a book, I'm not interested in that part of the story. I wanna read about soldiers having cool gunfights, or like an assassin on a rooftop with a sniper rifle, or a ninja like dropping from the rafters with a sword. I want to read the cool shit. I don't want to read like a whole chapter of him making love to some awful chick,
some big titty elf girl. Like gross.
Yeah. For me, it all depends on what the story is. Like if the story can involve that and it's comfortable, cool. But I agree with you. If it's like a hardcore war story, I'd feel very out of place.
Yeah, just fade to black.
See, that's one thing I will never forgive the Tom Clancy novels for. They're always like gratuitous sex scenes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like I remember there's one Tom Clancy novel where the guy's fighting. Well, he has like a midget sidekick and on a mission together in like Afghanistan. And like in the middle of the book, there's some like random fucking like having sex in a tent on like a mountainside, and the midget's like watching. I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, I think it was like 15. I'm like, what the fuck is this? What the, like, It's awesome.
Bro, you're certain you're not talking about Austin Powers right now?
No, it was a fucking Tom Clancy. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Why is the midget watching? What? You're in Syria. What are you doing? It's so weird.
Do you know the writer John Ringo?
John Ringo?
No.
I do not.
He writes like these, he writes like sci-fi, but also like these action books. And he's got like this series. I think it's called The Paladin of Shadows, and it's about like this Navy SEAL who does like cool Navy SEAL stuff. But then the character's also like a BDSM freak. So you're like reading this book where he's like killing terrorists as the Navy SEAL, but then he just picks up a chick, and it's like 2 chapters of him just like having her tied up from the rafters and just like whipping her and just fucking doing awful stuff. And you're like, okay.
It's like, oh, okay, we're here now.
Yeah.
I guess we're in this room now.
Yeah.
That's what they will say though, is that Victor is right. I like/don't mind sex scenes, but if there are too many, I get kind of bored. A la Game of Thrones. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
great, more titties, fuck. You know, like in Game of Thrones, I was watching for the characters and the war and the politicking. Like, oh, it's a sex scene. Like, great, I guess, boobies. You know, like I've never been
to be fair,
I've never been so bored of boobies my entire life than in that series.
well, to be fair, half of the sex scenes in Game of Thrones didn't even have boobies because it was between 2 men. So.
Sorry, boobies are dicks. Or like there are really gory booby scenes, like with a crossbow. I'm like, what the fuck is going?
Yeah.
Why is this in here?
Well,
Like,
I remember watching.
I want to know more about like the guy who owned the brothel, the Littlefinger guy. Like,
The Littlefinger,
I don't
yeah,
care about the whores. I want to know about like the guy who's like trying to vie for power. Tell me about that guy.
Via whores.
Well, I remember watching season 2 of like the Netflix Punisher show, and I'm a huge
Oh,
Punisher
yeah.
fan. But I want to see the Punisher fight like gangsters and shoot them with M60s and stuff. But then like literally in the first episode, there's just like a 20-minute like sex scene, and then him having like pillow talk afterwards with some chick. And it's like, that's not what I'm watching Frank Castle for. Like, go back to like blowing people up. Come on.
Bro, what the fuck?
I return to my statement. If the story fits it, I don't mind it.
Yeah, but I think
Look,
the problem
the only
is that a lot of stories don't fit it though. Like,
Exactly.
it's why Frander yells at me all the damn time. Like, hey, not here, Garbro. Put it in that book. I'm like, fine, fuck.
Well, that chick never even shows up in the whole season anymore. It's just some chick that he meets on the road, and he bangs her, and then he like moves on. And it's like, what's the point of this?
Just some random
like the
side.
only
Yeah.
time I want to see the only time I want to see the Punisher blow a load is like when it's into a gangster.
Yes.
And
Wait,
like I
question
don't mean
mark?
like a hot chick.
What?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, if that's
With
what
a
you're
gun,
into,
right?
Some heavy Italian ass, I guess. I don't know.
You see, you're here with a gun, right? Wait. No.
Yeah. Pudding gun.
Hey,
Tapioca gun.
hey, gangster, my fucking womb burster 9000. Wait. Jeez.
I almost spit water out.
Well, I remember in one of the comics, he does hang out with like some CIA chick that he teams up with, and like the whole extent of their sex scene is just like her. She's like, "Hey, you want to fuck?" And he's like, "Sure," and that's it. Like, and then it just fades to black.
Yo, wanna
That's how
bang?
it should be.
I
Yeah.
see. I like in stories where it kind of grows over time. You're like, oh, they're growing feelings for each other. Like, oh, the big, like when it is part of the story, but not like kind of call it like a book side quest where it kind of shows you how they're building a relationship and their camaraderie is going up. You're like, oh, they might be fucking though. You know, it's kind of fun when it kind of like builds to it, not like bang, we fucking, we fucking. You know, it's kind of like there's no, I get nothing out of this. Like,
Yeah.
there's one book I was reading and I bought it at random and I immediately lost it. But it was a fantasy book where it starts out all about like these special powers and shit. I was like, because I'm a sucker for that kind of book theme. And like halfway through the book, like it goes, I'm like, hey, but you know, it's a really intimate scene. Like, oh, that's kind of nice intimate scene between these two characters, and like 4 more chapters, and they're like really bored and like they're sitting. I remember they're bored waiting for this thing to happen because like it's on a timer. Like, well, we got an hour and a half. Want to watch the sunset? Fuck it. You know, so they're on the side of a hill. It's the sunset and they're talking and it's building up. And you're going, oh, they're gonna fuck though, and they do like yes, because it kind of makes you it's kind of manga-y, where like you see the plot slowly thickening along with his pants. You know, it makes it a bit more fulfilling in a way. Then you have, and then you have like, and then you have like books where like, yeah, we gonna fuck, yeah, let's do that. I'm like, okay, and the happens like, thanks, I guess, for that gratuitous sex scene.
You know? Well, sometimes it's just jarring because you read like the synopsis of the book. It doesn't mention anything about being like It doesn't mention anything about it being like hardcore erotica or whatever. Like it's not mentioned anywhere. It's just like, oh, this is like some action thing, or like it's a thriller or horror or whatever. And then you start reading it, you get really into it, and then all of a sudden there's like, that happened to me with a Weird West book that I was reading. All of a sudden there's just like hardcore gay sex out of nowhere. I'm like, wait, what?
Like, bang! He's tongue pushing his fart box. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Literal like, surprise butt sex.
Yeah. Like all of a sudden, like the main character's like on his stomach with another dude over him. I'm like, wait, what? I was reading about gunslinging and magic.
I fucking love that. Love that. Wait, what? Like, did you like flashbang by a fucking book scene? Like, I am the stick in your boot. Wait, what? And then they were fucking and there's shit everywhere. What the fuck? What? Yeah, like I like graceful sex scenes, not like gratuitous, violent, immediate, weird sex scenes. And I think a lot of things books get wrong. Like
that's one of my main issues with most erotica is that it is just that. It's just the sex scenes, which is like, bruh.
This brings me to an ancient argument I always get in on. Hentai with a story is better than hentai with no story. All right, I will die on that fucking hill till I die myself. All right, like.
Oh, guess I'm dying with you there because I agree with you.
Like,
completely.
bro, like I've seen great hentais with like awesome art, and it's like boom, sex done. You're like. I guess like I want like a story to drag me in and make me invested in these two, whatever the fuck they may be, you know, two bird aliens, I don't know. And it's just like, you know, you want to be carried along with the story, and then like the sex is like a reward for like watching the love bloom through the pages, and it's like, oh, this is more fulfilling, this is nice. Then it was like, LOL, we fucking is on a bus. Like, that's just one of those. Okay, you just kind of like
here's your distress for finishing your broccoli.
Yeah, in a way, I guess. Like Ironcast have probably seen plenty of bad ones.
Bro,
I reckon.
no.
Metamorphosis. Crowman, shut up. You're gonna get me banned on fucking Twitter to mention that fucking name. So So Victor Iron, do you know what Metamorphosis is?
Sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah.
I guarantee you've seen memes of it.
I guarantee you've seen the memes. Jesus. When that thing first came out, it broke 4chan, bro. We're like, what the fuck is this? This is not a manga. This is a fucking doujin, bro. What the fuck? Jesus. That was rough, dude. Like, I was... There was one with that and one with, like, Girls in Panzer. I was like, this is hurting my soul, bro. I cannot keep reading this. Jesus. Like, Pirate, who's that South Korean dude who does the really gory fucking waifu art?
I have no idea.
You don't know? Fuck. Like, he has the one with the girl being held, and they have a piece of pizza in front of her with, like, pineapple on it. It's like torture stuff.
Oh, God, I've seen his art before. I know who you're talking about now.
Dutchco, that's who it is.
Those damn Dutch.
It's Victor, I fucking knew it. Like that shit, like that stuff kind of ruins everything for me. Like when it's just so weird and gratuitous and out of nowhere, it's like, I guess. Like I was reading one book where, like page 2, it was like it went straight into like the BDSM vampire thing. I was like, what the fuck, dude, bro? Like, there's no lead in, no breadcrumbs through the forest, just bam, whips. like
sounds like the Anita Blake series.
Anita Blake. That name does strike a bell in my head.
Yeah, it's a like early 2000s, maybe 90s, like urban fantasy series, and you know it's like the standard like classic urban fantasy where like the main chick has like 12 different lovers, and one's a vampire and one's a werewolf and the other one's a fucking mummy. I don't know, like just like all this shit, and it's just like literally like every other chapter she's just getting like banged by something or multiple somethings.
What was it? In my Amazon recommendations a few months back, one came up called Country Mage, and it was literally like reading an 80s porno. It was fucking hilarious.
The one
I was just laughing as I read it.
There was
It
one
funny.
that I got a free book of, and it was like an Amish romance, and I was like, this is some, like, it was just weird, man. Like, and I touched his hand. Ooh, blushy blush. I was like, what the fuck? What in the goddamn? But like some
You
book
didn't-
series that have good sex scenes are like the Emily Thompson series. Not Emily Thompson. It's shit. Hold on. It's God damn it.
The
Hold
Old
on.
Man and the Sea.
Yes. I fucked a fish.
Yeah.
I'm all Greg. Mercy Thompson series, yeah. So it's basically like
yeah.
that series has like a Native American girl, woman, who's like a shape changer. She's basically a skinwalker, but she has like a coyote form. She like does like werewolf shit. And, like that one is a slow bleed on the romance. It makes you actually like, okay, this is nice, you know. Like Patricia Briggs, I actually met her in person. She's a funny lady. And but she wrote her love scenes to be a slow burn, and I really did appreciate it as like a reader. Like, okay, it's not just and dude, that werewolf was fucking like, no, she's playing hard to get. I'm like, all right, I like this. This is cool, you know.
Yeah.
And then there's
I think I read the first one of that series.
yeah, I have every one of her fucking books. I was like, I remember we were at one of the Comic Cons in motherfucking Kansas City, and I was like, hey, she's like, are you lost? No, I'm a fan of yours. She's like, oh, because you know. And another one was fucking Graceling. Graceling was a really good book that had like weird romance scenes, but like they're like awkward and funny, you know, like
Yeah.
like with Graceling, it was these people are born with special powers and like their eyes are different colors, and that relates to the kind of power they have. Really, really funny book series. Really actually kind of unique in a way, you know. I like weird Hunger Game vibes to it.
Yeah, I personally like the urban fantasy stuff.
Yeah,
I'm a big
yeah.
fan.
I'm trying to find a book series that I love to death, but you know, 3 TBIs. I forgot the fucking name of it. It's about a bunch of like fairies and fae and elves living in like New York. They fucking hated it. You know, like everything's steel. They drive like an old Corolla because like it's like mostly aluminum. And like my favorite part of the book series where like, hey, we need food. No, we need money. Grab those oak leaves. They put a glamour on the leaves and they put like Lunchables with it. So it's kind of I like a till full of leaves.
That's awesome.
But I can't remember what the fucking name of it was, and I can't re-find it. Like I just refound a book I read when I was in middle school called An Heir Apart. It's about these two lost heirs and a dragon and that kind of shit. Really funny book series, and it's like a little slim book. I finally found it after fucking 10 years. Yeah. But God, it seems like I had a fucking question. I forgot. I know. I'll ask. So we'll go left to right. Ironcaster. What is a book series you can always reread or re-listen to?
Oh, I mean, probably an easy one to always point to is probably the Dresden Files series.
The Dresden Files. That's a good fucking series.
Solid choice.
Any others?
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the easy choice.
Any others though?
Let me pull up my folder here. I got audiobooks on my.
So real quick, Crowman, that's the series with like where England makes all these monsters and like Germany and Turkey and the Ottoman Empire are all like basically like diesel punk things, right? Leviathan. Pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure Leviathans were like they have like diesel punk and like Darwinist having wars and shit. Pretty sure what that is.
Oh, one of my other books. One of the other books, like one of my absolute favorites right now, is called The Dwarves.
The Dwarves.
Oh,
Yes,
I have
I
that
like-
one. I have that one in Dutch. It's a good book. It's a German writer originally, right?
The
Yes.
Dwarves.
Yeah. That's a good book.
By Marcus Heitz.
Yeah.
Marcus Heights. Oh, this book. Yeah, I have. I've seen this one. I have not read it though. It's basically
It eventually got. It eventually got a video game adaptation,
really.
and then they got Windrose to come in and do like a song for the game.
You fucking for real?
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
The book title looks like it's like 3D generated.
Yeah, it does. It's really interesting looking, actually.
So what's the dwarves about? But don't say dwarves. It's like based around like. Is
It's
it like
about rock and stone?
rock and stone?
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. It was Blind Guardian.
If I remember right, the main character's like a dwarf, but he was like raised by humans, so he doesn't know dwarven culture. But then he ends up actually meeting like actual dwarves, and he gets like sucked into like this big adventure where like some evil dark lord or whatever is returning, and the dwarves are like the only ones who can stop it. Something
There's
like
an evil wizard.
yeah, and then you have to go to a lonely no.
Once they have to go and stop a couple of evil elves from trying to like destroy the world, destroy all of humans.
Yeah.
Kill all knife ears, hang knife ears. Anyway. So Pirate, what's a series you can always rewatch, re-enjoy, re-listen to?
I can always end up rereading if it's a series. I would have to go with The Witcher. I really like the books.
Do you really?
Yeah, I have them all.
So
I have them all. The backings are falling off of.
Personality mentioned Mortal Engines. The books blow the movies out of the fucking water, bro. Like, the books are so much better than the movie. With Mortal Engines, you have, of course, I forgot a lot of fucking names immediately, but like the characters, the chick with the fucked up face. Hold on, I gotta Google this shit now. While I'm googling this, Victor, what are your favorite series, eh?
As far as fantasy goes, probably David Gemmell's Draenei Saga. I can read that shit like.
Draenei?
Yeah, the Draenei Saga. It's like this epic fantasy series that spans like hundreds of years, but like then some of the books are about the same character. But yeah, like I've read like some of those books probably like 10 times at this point. As far as like more modern like urban fantasy stuff, probably Monster Hunter International by Larry Correia. I love that stuff. It's like about like basically this mercenary organization that kill monsters for like these secret bounties that the government give out.
Okay.
So it's them just like going after like werewolves and vampires and demons and elder gods and stuff with heavy weapons, and it's awesome. And
why? Because fuck them. That's why.
Yeah. It's also really funny because like there's like gnomes in it, and they're like the little like garden gnomes with the beards and like the pointy colored hats and stuff. But they've adopted like ghetto street culture, so they act like gangsters. So they've got like the tattoos and stuff. They've got like little like 22 or 25 ACP pistols that they hold sideways, and they just talk like like gangsters. But they're like
are you fucking shitting me?
Tall. No, that's hilarious, but also dangerous as shit.
That is funny as well.
Now I gotta find this shit. God damn it.
At one point, they pick up this troll, and it turns out that trolls are also internet trolls. So that's like their thing. And so he becomes like the group's hacker, but and they basically pay him in like energy drinks and junk food. But then he just also goes online and like is a troll. So so stuff like that. But then meanwhile, there's automatic weapons used on like master vampires and stuff. So it's really fun.
I'm still locked on.
I need to find this one.
Saying I'm still mentally locked on ghetto, fucking sidearm hoisting fucking gnomes. That's got me.
Yeah.
Stuck in there.
What's the name of this thing again?
Monster Hunter International.
Okay, I'm pulling this.
But yeah, but anyway, so in Mortal Engines, Hester Shaw and Tom Natsworthy, they span a whole book series, and like Shrike, the guy, the little robot guy. He has like long dreadlocks of metal in the fucking book series, and they go along all these like different towns, and the books are way better than that fucking shitty goddamn movie. Like that movie sucked dick, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like god damn, like having read the books, I was like, okay, it's gonna be a dope ass movie. No, just disappointed. Like that shit always happens. I swear. But for me, the book series I can always reread or listen to is the Nightside series by Simon R. Green. That shit is dope, dude.
Yeah,
I love the
Nightside
series. Fucking Shotgun Susie.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Yep.
Like that fucking meme. You have a type? No. Sweating. That.
Oh, one other series that I recently started with Seth Skorkowski's one, the Valdekin series. I only got through the second book in it, though.
Oh, yeah. I have no frame of reference for what you're talking about, my friend.
How do I describe? It's a fucking weird series. It's kind of it's definitely, I would cell it probably urban fantasy, or I don't know, maybe
The decade of
It's
the urban
weird.
fantasy.
It's fucking weird, man. It's a good.
Everything's
it's a good
urban.
series.
Everything's fantasy.
If you like Simon R. Green, by the way, you should check out his Hawk and Fisher series. Fantasy, but
yeah.
it's also good.
I've been meaning to get a hold of that. I'm so stuck on the night side, bro. Like I'm so mad.
I love
it
the
ended.
night side too. Yeah, with
I have a
what's his name,
backlog
Razor
of, like,
Eddie or something.
Yeah, Razor Eddie, the punk god of the straight razor.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
And
brother.
then I remember them selling like a drug that was made out of like ground up Elvis because they dug up his corpse, and it was like so full of like different like narcotics that he was just like, if you like smoked
He
it,
became
you
a
just became
super
like
drug.
So
Yeah.
so it was called a pinch of Elvis, and they were selling his ashes and like shit for like there's like a little bump of Elvis in your nose.
yeah.
See, what I liked was the speaking gun in that book. The gun made of flesh and bone that said your name backwards and unmade you.
Yeah.
That shit cracked me up, dude. What is that? It's the speaking gun.
Say the N-word.
It says the gamer word and blast you to oblivion. Pull that gun. Nip. Damn, bro, the goddamn speaking gun. We gotta get out of here. So I'll ask this last thing here because I'm kind of running out of time. Pirate, where do you want to see your books go?
Where do I want to see them go? First goal is honestly get with my current rate, I want to get Human Trauma finished and out there fully as a paperback. That's first main goal with that. And if I can manage to retain my viewership, my main goal when it comes to that is I hope to get like 40,000 concurrent readers every week.
Are you going to go for a series or just for one-offs each time?
Oh, I have 4 books for that one already planned. Already from chapter by chapter. This happens, this happens, this happens, this happens.
Like, I'm pretty sure me, Pirate, and Victor have like, we're laying at like 4 a.m. at night, like, just thinking about more shit we can do. Like, I need to sleep, but I have 14 book ideas coming at me right now.
I deadass do have an entire document that is just filled with like possible book ideas.
Victor, how many Google Docs do you have? Be honest.
I don't know, hundreds.
Then
everything that I didn't even write down, that's just in my head.
I don't even want to think about that.
I think today Pirate said, "How many docs do you have?" I was like, "I have like 200 fucking Google Docs with like idea, premise, send it off, that kind of shit."
Yep.
Pirate, are you gonna are you gonna try and get published traditionally, or just gonna do it yourself?
First one, I'm gonna definitely do myself. That's considering it the looking at the rough amount I have left in this book, it's gonna be a solid 600 pages, and I doubt anyone's gonna pick that up for a first timer. I
can guarantee.
I
if
might
you try,
ask.
no. The thing I can guarantee, if Pirate does it, Pirate's gonna go off and do like 5 queries and get published off the bat, guaranteed. Just to piss me off.
I was gonna say. I was just gonna say I was gonna talk to my buddy's wife because she knows like 8 publishers. Just like, hi, can you hand this to them?
God. Oh, sorry. Pirate has connections that I don't. Immediately published.
Yeah.
Fucking
You're
bastard.
damn right I do.
It's not fair. Slams down hand. It's not fair.
Oh, I told you to go with the stuff that the Writers Guild offers for veterans. That's how I met a lot of these people.
Well, why don't you go out and get like, first time shot, skill issue. God damn it.
If I manage to get it on the first shot guard, you'll kill me. You will literally come to my house and strangle me.
I will find your unit in fucking what's that goddamn orc fucking Makara, you know, the fucking pit in front of your goddamn unit. Makara! Get your ass out here! Lieutenant Pirate, there's a rather angry boomer veteran out front. Shit.
I would run out the back door. I would be gone.
No.
Why
Jesus.
is there a hillbilly outside?
Wearing an anime t-shirt. So Ironcaster, are you gonna try and do some writing, or are you just gonna keep on just going with the vibe in a way?
Do you want the truth?
Sure.
Oh darn, I was hoping you want the lie. To which I'd say, yeah, I'm totally gonna write. No, I'm gonna go ahead and start trying to jot some ideas down.
Mm-hmm.
It's always just kind of I don't know if it's like I my own writer's block of laziness, but also just always wanting to find just the right thing. So always getting caught up on try to seek for the perfection, I suppose.
I think the hardest part was like fucking first 10 pages of your first book. Like, oh, how do I even start this bitch? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Eventually, like you asked me, Pirate or Victor, once you kind of fall into it, I think it was like the first, like a huge flight of stairs that goes on forever. After the first 10 steps, you start feeling stuff and just kind of go with the flow after all the stairs, and you just kind of get used to it.
Yeah, I've really started. I really enjoy whenever it comes to anything I'm writing. I like just cold dropping people into it. I don't like books that start with long-winded narrative front end. Just like, no, drop me into it. I want to. I'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out. Victor, how do you see your stuff going, or how do you want to have your stuff going?
Well, I'm working on my own system right now, so all my initial stuff, like I wrote stuff for 5th edition, I wrote stuff for Old School Essentials, and I'm still gonna continue with that because, I don't know, it's fun, I like doing it, and, they have established fan bases, so it's a bit easier to get sales that way. But I am working on my own system. I'm hoping that it's at least like reasonably well received. Like even if it just stays niche, as long as there's like a small fan base, I'd be happy.
Are you planning on? Are you planning on doing any like actual short stories or tales of your stuff, or?
I might. I'm still just so I've always wanted to write, but I have like zero confidence. I have like massive imposter syndrome, and doing tabletop games was kind of like my way to get past that, because you can kind of like build up more towards the more heavier stuff, like
fucking imposter syndrome, dude.
Yeah.
Should I even be here right now? Am I worthy to sit on a stoop? Yeah, that's
pretty much.
Every day at 3 a.m.
That's a real feeling.
You're fucking laying in bed. Am I an imposter?
Yeah.
Do I deserve to be here?
I might eventually work my way up to that. But no, I just want to sell more games. I just want to like make a name for myself. Like I said, even if it's just like niche in the little OSR community or whatever. But we'll see what happens.
The first dirty OSR game by Victor Gorchev and launches his career into the fucking stars.
Yeah. I've had a successful Kickstarter so far. I have
emotional damage.
A bunch of books that are silver sellers on Drive to RPG that are still going steady. I've already accomplished a lot just like in this last 2 years, coming from basically nowhere. I just came out of I just started interacting with tabletop Twitter, and I started selling my stuff, and here I am. So we'll see what the next few years brings.
Writer and tabletop Twitter, not a toxic place at all.
Tell me about it. Well,
what are they mad about this week?
Like literally,
what aren't they?
I will message Victor, Grim, or Iron, be like, "What happened?" Because I'll be like, I'll wake up, it's like I'll be like, "Who blocked me? What the fuck happened? I was asleep." What the fuck?
Well, you've known some of the stuff that I've had to go through the last few months.
Yeah, like OSR Big Gay blocked by 10,000 people. What the fuck?
Yeah.
See, I can't stand how, like, also, this is on subject, how some writers, novelists, game makers, it goes right to their fucking head, bro. Like, I know you all know what the fuck I'm talking about, too. Like, the guy who gets, like, way too big for their britches and it all goes to their head. They come an insufferable cunt online.
I have no idea who you're talking about, but...
Yeah, there's too many fucking subjects to speak of. Throw a fucking rocker and hit some kind of smug novelist. I was published once in a paper 10 years ago.
Say who you're not mentioning.
I invented 5th edition, don't you know? I mean, what?
I have played with Gary Gygax, bruh. Like every
people.
Like every 40K novelist, their heads are lodged up their own asses, dude. Like they're irremovable. Just sucking farts every goddamn day. Jesus.
Oh god, Games Workshop published me.
I'm the writer who told you that there were 17 rivets on the pauldrons.
On the pauldrons. Jesus. I can't wait for some writer to finally like bow down. There's female space marines now, because I said there was. There's gonna be a fucking civil war.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The second horse heresy in real life is people are trying to fist fight in the game store.
The war heresy.
The war heresy.
Oh, God.
The Horus.
The whore heresy. Very funny, Victor. Jesus. Ugh, my gosh. So,
But yes, the tabletop community definitely has some issues with toxicity.
I swear, but between the two, it's either tabletop or like novelist or writer. If it involves content creation, Jesus fucking Christ, man. I was blindsided. Artists are all nice to each other, bro. I spent the first 5 years of my, and I do hard air quotes, internet fame as an artist, and we're all nice to each other and shit. And I was like, I'll write a book. And it's like, the fucking claws come out of nowhere. Like, oh my god, what the fuck?
I'm still convinced that like the comic book side of like social media is probably the worst. Like I go back and forth between comics and tabletop games.
Yeah.
They fucking eat each other, man.
Yeah, from the outside, from what I see, the comic book guys just are awful to each other.
I think comics might be a little bit more. The drama might be a little bit more high profile because there's all these big YouTubers and stuff.
Yeah. Who's that goober who drew the bear with the fucking baseball bat? There's like a Power Woman character being harassed, and the guy's a fucking blue bear with a baseball bat.
Oh, I know who you. Yeah, I can't remember his name, but I know that comic.
But like,
and the Power Girl cosplayers like laughing at him.
Yeah, like there's actually like a real life picture of the same girl like split out in a chair being flirty. He's like in the background drawing the fucking picture out.
Yeah, well, it was her boyfriend.
What was it?
Like the one that like he drew the comic like it was just like some random guy harassing her, and then he steps in and beats the shit out of him. And then in real life, like no, it was just like her boyfriend, and they were like having fun and taking pictures, and she's like, that picture where she's like all splayed out and like smiling, and they're just like the couple being like sexy or whatever, and he's just in the background fucking seething, I guess. Yeah.
Balding and seething. The one thing I don't like is how a lot of writers or artists or RPG creators, I swear, they try to levy off of drama anytime they can nowadays. Like, it's almost like you got drama. You got to try and drama to the top, and it's like, where do you have like Victor? You saw me on Twitter. Like, where y'all have the time for this bullshit? Go make a goddamn game. Like you're spending 4 hours online seething and malding over fucking OSR drama. Like, you could spend 4 hours making a fucking module. Get your shit in order. Like, come on.
No, they're addicted to the outrage though.
But why? Like what do you get from it? Like pirates. Like I write smut. No drama here.
Bro, I literally don't have any social media other than Discord to just avoid that.
That's probably the better fucking option. Like, good lord.
I've made enemies out of people that I've barely even talked to. I'm just like hanging out on some stream. I'm just like giving my opinion or something, and then all of a sudden, like a day later, there's like a reaction video, and it's just some dude that I've like talked to twice in a chat somewhere.
Victor is
just,
literally
like, mad at me. Yeah, like basically they're just mad at me for like no reason, and they're just like an enemy for life. I'm like, oh, okay.
I wait till the day that like I find someone just for whatever reason despises me. Like, when is it my turn?
Ironcaster stole my lug nuts. The story. What the fuck? I have my shit, but mine's at least funny. Like at least my drama makes people laugh. Like the one I watch on Twitter is like, you guys are not you guys, the royal you guys, like all of us RPG creators. Like, can't you guys just chill the fuck out and make a game? Like,
you guys are horrible to each other.
Like one guy makes one game and it's like, well, I'm better than all of you. It just goes off the rails. Like, what the fuck? I just don't get where it comes from. I think they're trying to levy off the outrage or the drama to help boost their numbers or some shit.
Probably.
Like you could just. Also, why are so many guys in the hospital recently? Like, I swear, I scroll through Twitter. It's like, I'm a patient. I'm in the hospital. I'm not dead. Did like a Kool-Aid punch out trip to happen? Some shit or what? Like, what happened? Jesus.
Yeah, who knows?
This someone fucking piss in the fucking punch bowl? Like, we're all sick. It's so weird. I don't get it. I blame Ironcaster personally.
Yeah, same.
Same. All right, I think that's going to do it for the Downrange podcast. I'm fucking tired. My brain hurts. So, Ironcaster, Pirate, Victor, thank you for coming on. We'll probably be back here hopefully next Wednesday with some other topic du jour.
You can blame me more then.
I'm going to try and find some content to think about. Like, bro, I've been so busy, I've not consumed shit. Like, I have giant YouTube mix playlists, and that's all I have, because I got to have music in the background. Oh, last question. While you guys are working, what are you listening to? Is it like pure silence, music, audiobooks, what? The news, white noise?
I play lo-fi depending on what genre I'm writing in. It's horror lo-fi or sci-fi.
Fucking...
It's just enough to silence my tinnitus, and that's all I want.
Hip-hop, 24/7 radio, and fucking YouTube.
Bro, it's either that or just the ringing. Just like, please no.
I've embraced the ringing.
Stop. Forever, I hate it.
How about you, Victor?
I tend to listen to like ambience videos based on whatever I'm working on. So if it's like cyberpunk, it's like oh, Blade Runner ambience, and it's just like city noises and some rain with like quiet like Blade Runner jazz in the background, something like that. Or if I'm working on fantasy, it's like, you know, fantasy forest, or like, you know, a busy town market, and like, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, I got a weird, like, the best writing I ever got done was I was listening to just a regular like my mix playlist, and I guess I was working for so long, it just brought in some kind of weird ASMR video. It was like one of those meme ones, like someone calls you a good boy for 4 hours, and I was like, I was just working through it. I was like, an hour later, I'm like, what is this? Like my brain finally went, what's going on here? And I was like, why is someone whispering to me? What is this? I scrolled through my 14 dozen fucking tabs of YouTube. It's like some VTuber calls you a good boy and says you're doing a great job. Like, what the fuck? God damn it.
You heard it start. We're just like, okay, cool, whatever. It'll be over in a couple minutes. Let me just keep working. But an hour later, you realize, just like, wait, it's still going.
Yeah, like, it's like a 4-hour long fucking video. Like, what the fuck is this?
Could be worse. Could be one of those, like, sissy hypno videos.
That's Ironcaster's playlist right there.
Yeah.
My playlist.
All right, and Ironcaster, you're not writing anything yet, but what do you listen to in the background when you're doing shit?
I go all over the place. I'll go down those rabbit holes of the background noise, like that. The lo-fi stuff. I'll go for the sort of the ambient, like coffee shop while it's like raining out.
Yeah.
Yep.
There was one that actually was really nice when I listened to it. It was like Utah Beach ASMR / German side. So you hear like MG42s going off, people yelling in German. I was like, this is oddly soothing.
Bro, I've listened to that during any of my combat scenes, stuff like that. Like World War I ambiance.
You gotta draw something, like, you gotta get in the scene when you're writing.
I think one of my favorite ones was like, was doing one of those, and then it's like the FBI are waiting outside your house.
You hear FBI.
Oh, this was full on like helicopters flying overhead, like the ATF is about to raid you.
You hear Pippa like fucking give me like pro tips.
What fucking Ruby Ridge goddamn background noise?
Ruby Ridge ASMR, fucking M113 comes rolling off.
Waco Siege ambience.
The sounds of burning children.
Yeah.
Ugh, Jesus. Anyway.
Look high and they'll look low.
We gotta call it Nuremberg Trials ASMR. Nope, we're done. All right, say goodnight.
Later, everyone.
I guess.